Good morning, good Fed Wednesday morning. Today is Fed Wednesday, today at 2 p.m. Eastern Central. They will be releasing their conclusion on what they are going to do with the Fed interest rate. Right now, it's predicted to be 0.25. Back in the earlier in the year, it was predicted to be 0.05. And now, after the bank's failure and backstops from the government on Sunday last week, we are looking at either 0.25 or no interest rate at all. Since ECB increased zero point 0.5, I would assume that the US would at least do 0.25 and not do zero because that would mess up global currency policy. So today we will find out what happens. If we get that 0.25, we should probably see some upside compared to euro. And if we get zero, it will be a shock to the upside. And if we see zero point 0.5, a lot of people expecting the 0.25 will probably be pressing in that zero point 0.5, so you can see some downside to come. It will take at least a day for the price to get priced in globally, so be ready and aware. And we're starting our TA off with Dixie. As you can see, we are still breaching that 103 level. We're not closing under it, but we're messing with it today. If the news is good, you can see probably Dixie take a little bit of a downside into that 102 and then maybe find support at 102.50. If we go below that $100 level, you should see a lot of upside on crypto and tech assets, but I would assume this is going to find support and reverse up no matter what we say, due to the fact that this is TAY saying upside. Yeah, the invalidation point would be under 100, but I would probably assume that's going to be temporary and still going to go reverse back up. Long-term trend on this is up. This is just a daily chart. If I was to go on a larger time frame, you would understand my thesis, but you could do that on your own. Um, let's go to a 4-hour time frame just to see if we can see some stability. Are we gonna probably take out that low and look for upside in other assets? So here was the last low. Looks like we're just coming and testing into it right now. Until we lose at 102, I'm not very concerned with downside, but we are about to close the 4-hour candle in about a minute, and we can see if we go sideways here, then it's possible we can reverse due to these previous accumulation areas. So I don't know why we would go dip back deeper into this. It should just go sideways and up. And yeah, that makes sense. Now let's go look at our best friend Bitcoin. Yeah, this does look like it's coming into a bottom. As we close this 4-hour candle, no, it's not 4 hour, it's actually 3 hour. 1 hour left, sorry. Daylight savings, I apologize. I am expecting Fed to go 0.25. I'm expecting upside in the market for a little bit, just because they were supposed to go zero point 0.5 and we're getting this 0.25. A lot of people priced in 0.5. Uh, Bitcoin is still in the bullish control zone, but we are starting to set up bearish divergences very, very close to the edge. When we lose this level, we're going to do a very mean flush to the downside, to the reversion to the mean. And my first target would be 26,600. This is the first area we're gonna test to make sure that, hey, we're still bullish. If we close the daily under 26.6, more than likely we're coming to 25,000 to test that level. And you got to understand that all these people are going to get trapped in a $3,000 move to the downside, and it's going to hurt. But first is 26.3, then we can look for lower. Okay, one thing at a time. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame to see how that looks, because on daily this looks very dangerous to downside. If Dixie goes up, this is literally forming a head for a head and shoulder formation to the downside, just to probably test its support around 25. Then it could go sideways here and then accumulate up, but that's still a big drop for even 10x, $3,000. So here's the 4-hour chart, and this does look like distribution-ish. I would be very cautious for a poke up just to take liquidity and then quick flush down. So just be aware that you are setting up a head and shoulder distribution formation here. That's why we're getting this sideways chop. It's getting very, very tight. And if this was a bear flag, whatever you want to call this, like rising pennant, whatever, it's about to look like it's about to flush to the downside and take some liquidity at like 27,000. Then it could go to 26 if it really wants to do some damage. And from here, you could go back up. But if you start losing this level, it's going to go gun all the way back down for like, yeah, like 25K-ish to 24. And that's where I can find it support before I look for that reversal upside. So just be aware of those levels. This is very, very precarious. And today, of course, today you're going to get it at its high because today is midweek reversal Wednesday, where if it wants to reverse here, it'd be great. It would be smart for the market maker to take the liquidity from the top side first. We should see a quick pop up and then a hard reversal to fill that last buyer, because this was not the top here. You're going to see that volume buy up and then you're going to see that reversal, in my opinion. So be ready for this. This is coming. It's brewing. It's brewing. Um, a way I would do this is if I was short, I would have a stop loss a little bit above, but I would have a long running on this $28,000 area. That way I have a long and I can take a short at 28.5. If my long is running, I can close half of it, keep half of it running, and my short, if it's getting too much higher, like let's say 26, I can stop out of the short, close the rest of the long, wait for a higher, and then reshort later, like around the psychological 30K or that 32.5 that I was saying. If you want to hold your long and then close your short in profit first, that's fine too. But say you short here and you have a long here, and as we're dumping down, you're gonna have to close out of your long at around 27.3. So that way you're not riding that long all the way to the downside. And whatever loss you took on the long from here to there, you can make sure your short profit you don't close until you actually gain that back or more, between like 26.5 to 25, basically, you know. So it could go both ways. Um, Upside 30K is about 1,500. Downside from here is about 2,500. So, you know, pick your poison, which way you want to go. And if you're patient, you could wait for it to get to one of those levels before you do the trade. Like if you're here and price is like coming this way really fast, well, you can DCA into a long between 25 and 24K. If price is just jumping past 28K, 28.5 and is going like 29, 29.5, well, you know between 30 and 32.5 is a level of resistance where you can slowly DCA into a short and then play it accordingly. All right? Cute. I'll say this, if that today you got a 4-hour open and close underneath 25K, we are definitely looking at dead cat scenario. 25K is a big level for me. I'm not even looking at these indicators and bullshit. Just looking at that daily chart, I was telling you 25K is a very, very important level. So just be very aware that if we go under 25K and you're long, you need to take some hard ass decisions with your life before you lose it financially. That's all I want to say. And now let's go look at if you close under 25K, this will be officially a bull trap. And then we're not going to let go of these shorts until you take the lows out. So it's going to just go retest lows, is what I was trying to get at. And that is a logical thing to do after being oversold and overbought in a bullish control zone. When you come back, I'm looking for like between 26 is like a soft landing. It should come all the way to 25. And then over here is the decision if we're actually going to be bullish or not. If you lose this level, then you know that everyone and their grandma is going to be shorting to downside. But the people who are here get to not sweat it. If you're shorting in this area, you're going to be fighting this consolidation, trying to hope for downside. But these people are just going to be laughing this whole consolidation zone. This is the air that I like to refer to, Madar air. You won't trade this whole area unless it's a beginning trade. Like if you're taking the long scalp, you're going to stop out. If you're taking a short, you're going to take profit here. Like those kind of situations is what I was getting at. Anyway, enough chit-chatting about that. Let's go to ETH. I'm not gonna make this too long for you guys. ETH is a little bit weaker than Bitcoin, as we've been saying. ETH is consolidating between 1750 and 1850, this little $100 zone. So if you're in 10x, you'll be able to survive it. But ideally, try to take your shorts off the top and the longs off the bottom because it's doing the same thing as Bitcoin. It's making this little consolidation zone that if we close under 1750 with 4-hour opening closes, I'm going to be very, very cautious for us gunning to the downside. If we start closing 4-hour candles above 1850, I'm going to be very, very ready for that 21 not 21, the psychological 2000 and then the $2,300 level. So I'll be ready to basically short here. And then if we get 4 hours open and close too many candles above here, if we start going up fast, we start coming back down and I can scalp a long off after we claim this level, fine, then I'll do it. But I'm not going to rush into a long until we come test lower. And ideally, I would like a long off of like 1680, 1675. 1700 area, and that's hoping that that's a bullish consolidation area. If we start closing candles underneath it, I'm going to flip my long into a short, and I'm going to be looking for 1560 to 1460 as the new range level for me to scalp a long and close my short before the reversal, or say we just consolidate here longer and frustrate more traders before the breakout kind of situation. So both ways, you have to be ready and planned, and that's why I'm letting you know exactly what I'm doing. So, when you guys see my P&L, you're not like, ugh. Here is the 4-hour chart, and you can see volume is slowing down to the sell side as we're coming over here and going sideways. That's not bad. That's them resetting for a breakout up. So watch out for them trying to take the top, all these highs before you roll over to the lower downside, okay? Because it's easy to just poke this up, take everyone's money, and then roll it over and get money on both sides, consolidate, and then try it again. Do 2, 3 times before you actually break out one direction or the other. That's common, common, common. So be aware, be ready, and this is a little triangle too. So I'm gonna actually get out of this video. So I'm gonna drop this so you guys can actually trade this new 4-hour candle that's coming in the next 51 minutes. Depending on you closing at this level over here at 1780, I'll probably scalp a long, and I'll probably close my long at like 1850 and then scalp a short to the downside, and that's for everyone if they want to get in on it. And then if we lose this level in the next 4-hour candle, we'll look at 1700 as our long area, and we'll scalp it to about 1750, close it in profit, and then see if we're going to scalp a short from 1750, hold some of that long that we took and try to ride it down lower and get both of them in profit again. Close your short here, add to the long that's underwater from over there, and then ride this long back up and just play that consolidation. That's why you guys see me take longs and shorts all day on the same asset, because I play the consolidation on one asset. It's too hard for you guys to watch that on multiple coins because it's like I watch a lot of time frames. So yeah, until we're closing 4-hour candles underneath 1780, I'm not looking for a hardcore downside. The risk to downside will come after closing 4-hour candles under 1700, which is a long scalp opportunity area. And yeah, if we lose this level, my next long scalp out area will be around 1560 to 1460, where we will consolidate this little previous breakout area. So when I find some support over there, I can look for upside. Otherwise, we can sweep liquidity lower and we can look for some longs like around 1100, 1150, which was the previous golden pocket area. So yeah, aside from that, guys, please leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications if you haven't already. If you know anyone like-minded as a trader, please feel free to share them our content. I would love to grow the network as quickly and as large as possible. Last but not least, if you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. Any assets you would like to cover, I'll cover it in the next video. Just leave it in the comment section below. If you guys want to trade with me live or ask me questions live, like during these Fed meetings and whatnot while we're scalping, feel free to join me on the Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the description of this video below, alongside with all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend myself. and that all helps me outgrow as well. So thank you so much. You're contributing to the Sandals Fund, and sandals as in footwear, not that adult getaway. Uh, both work though. And thank you so much for being a patron to these daily videos. I greatly appreciate your love and support. It keeps me going. I hope you guys trade safe carefully. Don't forget 24 hours it's going to take for this price action to mature. If everyone is thinking up, you will probably see downside. If everyone's thinking downside, you'll probably see upside. Get ready for market to be volatile and do a liquidity grab on both ends like a dark mall, and then it could go sideways, and then overnight we could move in the direction that we're supposed to as Asia opens. So please be prepared. Please be not over leveraged. And if you have any questions, DM me or ping me in the Discord. I will be around all day. Thank you so much, guys. Be safe. Talk to you soon. I hope you stay in the green today.